Hi, it's Tash from Foxes and Brown Bears Tarot, and today I received this beauty in the mail and thought I would immediately do a walkthrough because it is spectacular. Now, I have had this on order for a few months, and so I was actually really surprised to receive it finally, and super excited. Alright, so this is the Angel Tarot by Travis McHenry, published by Rockpool, and it's a beautiful box. They're gorgeous. You can see it's got the gold details on it around the edges as well. It is a two-piece box and really good quality. It feels beautiful. Lovely matte finish on it. And then it comes with this beautiful ribbon and a little book, and then the cards came nestled in that section there. So really pretty, and it's also the sort of box where the cards can't slip through, so it doesn't really damage them. And I really like the thick ribbon because I think that's really efficient. All right, so looking at the book quickly, it is a skinny little book, and it definitely doesn't go into a lot of information. So there you can see Travis. But it is interesting to have a look at. So it is in sort of color. It's got the names of all the angels and their pronunciation, which is very helpful. It does a little bit of an introduction into angels, and then looks at the information on the hierarchy of angels. And so really quite interesting to have a look at. It does then give you information on how to conjure up angelic spirits, and does actually provide a grand pentacle of Solomon for use in that, and then it gives you some summoning evocations. So yes, so that's kind of cool, and it does tell you how to use it. Now, it does say that the 3 ways of really using it is for evocation. So the idea that you can invoke a particular angel if you needed help with a particular situation. You can also use it with meditation. So the idea of having that, I guess, assistance around you by meditating on that particular angel. And then of course you can use it as divination as well. And for that reason, it gives you some really basic 1-card, 3-card spreads, and obviously the Celtic cross. So nothing groundbreaking there. It then also goes through exactly how the cards are structured and what information you can find on the cards. So that's kind of cool. Then it goes through the angels included, and it goes through the 6 archangels initially. So these are the key archangels, and you'll see here that it provides you the name of what Michael means. It gives you a Bible reference, and then gives you a very, very basic information on the fact that he rules over the order of archangels and what realm he can be useful in. So not a lot of information, and pretty much that's how much information is given for each of those. You then have 72 angels included, and which takes you up to a whole 78 cards of the tarot. Now for each of those, there's a little bit more information. And here you can see that they'll talk about the influence that those particular angels will have if you are born under the influence of that angel. And so it actually has times of birth, and you just find your corresponding time of birth, and that will be your soul guardian. Then you look up your date of birth, and this will be your moral guardian. And then if you're born within a particular date range, that's your physical guardian. I feel a bit gypped because I actually have 1 physical guardian, and then my time of birth and date of birth actually correspond to the same angel. So I've only got 2, but oh well. Okay, so it definitely doesn't give you a lot of divination information there, and certainly no information on how to read this as a tarot deck at all. Now the way it works is it has 8 seraphim and then goes through to 8 cherubim, and then 8 thrones, and 8 dominions, 8 powers, 8 virtues, 8 principalities, then 8 archangels, and then angels. So it's divided up according to the hierarchy of the angels. And that's exactly how the deck comes. So it does not come organized in tarot order, which is actually kind of cool anyway, because it's easier to shuffle initially, I find. Okay, so looking at the deck itself, it's got lovely gilding, like it's really good quality gilding, and the backs are beautiful. So that's the Pentacle of Solomon on the back. The colors are just divine. I love the coloring this deck, and it feels amazing. It's this beautiful matte cardstock, and it just feels like magic in your hands. To say it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And the cards are actually really thick. They're really, really firm, but they're also quite pliable. They feel great to work with. Okay, so having a look at the cards in a bit closer up. So here you'll see that, once again, you got the correspondence to the tarot at the very top. So Michael is the Chariot, and then you'll have who is like God, Michael means. Then you'll have this beautiful line drawing, and they all tend to be sort of black and white with the occasional hint of red. Then you'll have some keywords, and so these keywords correspond to the realm that that particular angel can help you with, but I think you could use those as well as keywords if you were going to use this, for example, as a tarot deck or as an oracle deck. And then it's got the it's different symbols there, which in this case is the summoning sigil, and then you have the Pentacle of Tosgrok. So yeah, so quite a lot of information on them, and so really useful in the different ways that you could actually use these cards. Okay, so it's kind of interesting. It's certainly not going to be relating very clearly to the Rider-Waite-Smith, although I think the choices of angels are quite good. So you've got, for example, the angel there of perseverance and overcoming adversity being the Chariot, and so that kind of works quite nicely. But I'm expecting that I'm going to need to use my own bank of tarot knowledge in interpreting these cards as well, if I should use them as a tarot deck. I'm actually leaning towards using it more maybe as an oracle deck, or as, you know, an angel of the day type deck, and a bit as a study deck. Okay, so let's have a look at the cards. So you can see they're definitely not in order according to the tarot, but I've kept them in the order that they came in, just because it does separate them out into the different hierarchies of angels. So then you got Metatron, and there you can see it's about guidance and teaching, Book of Life, so it kind of makes sense to the Wheel of Fortune. Gabriel is the moon, so that's kind of cool. Haniel is the lovers, so that's really about joy and pleasure. Samuel as the devil. Uriel as the tower. So that's quite interesting, because I wouldn't have really linked Uriel with the tower. But as I said, I'm probably not going to use this as a tarot deck. I think it would work much better as a single card draw. Okay, and so then you get into your initial cards, and so these are your seraphim. initially. So then you got your 8 seraphim. I won't read them all out, just showing you some of the artwork. They are beautiful, and they do have those pentacles in the background as well. I don't even think the video does them justice. They are gorgeous to touch. I have to say, like, they feel amazing in your hand. And the artwork actually pops a bit more because you have that very sort of light background, and you've got the pentacle kind of just showing up, but it just gives it a real richness that the video can't really show. But yeah, they are really beautiful. They're very different. It's very different from anything I have in my collection, really. But I really like them. And I bought them because I was actually quite interested in studying the angels of the Kabbalah. And I thought this was a good way to do it. And that's probably how I'm going to use it. And then use the cards as a launch pad for further study. But yes, beautiful. I know. Oh, they're actually lovely. And I'm someone who loves color. I love a lot of detailed imagery that I can get lost in. But I have to say, this is just incredible. This is an amazing deck. I'm very, very pleased with it. In fact, I was so excited that I had to film it straight away because I just want to get you working on it, and I didn't want to have to try and put it into this order again. But yeah, so if you do use it as an oracle deck, I mean, that's a lot of cards. So it becomes quite a nice little chunky deck. And absolutely gorgeous. Wow, look at that. So I think these are the thrones, which is kind of cool. I think it is. Yeah, so they're the beginning of the thrones. And yeah, that's amazing. Like the wheels, the eyes. And very good for the Ten of Swords, actually, in some way. And Justice. So that's a good choice there. And Swiftly Hearkening God for the Two of Cups. See, this is an example of, I really don't see how that particular angel links with the Two of Cups. I mean, it's really about the grace of God, memory, human intelligence, bearing adversity of resignation. I don't really see that, but the imagery definitely gives you a sense of the Two of Cups. So they've kind of worked it in there. Queen of Cups. The Hanged Man. Wow. The artwork is beautiful, I have to say. I really like it. Okay. So these are dominions now. And the Magician. That's kind of cool. Five of Wands. So definitely beautiful. Oops. And it's going everywhere. Of course. And the star. Oh wow, look at that Temperance card. The God of Joy. That's lovely. And the Honorable God. Oh wow, look at that one. Two of Swords. Great, great pictures. I think these might be the Are they principalities? I think, oh no, they're the powers. They're the powers, so they're the warrior angels. That's kind of cool. Oh, look at that one, Page of Cups. Oh, Four of Swords. It's like rest. I think that's my one of my cards. What I could see. So apparently I'm supposed to go into diplomacy. Yes. It's a form of diplomacy, right? Speaking to the masses. Yeah, so gorgeous, gorgeous cards. Ariel. The Empress. And, ooh, the Eight of Wands, kind of cool. So yeah, there's a lot of cards. Definitely a lot of cards. And really beautiful. And clearly, I haven't read them all out, obviously, because we'd be here forever. But it's just a quick little video just to show you what to expect from this deck. It is gorgeous. I am very glad I have it. Oh, I love that card. Look at that. The artwork is beautiful. I do really like it. And it's quite a chunky deck. It really, really is. When you think about it. Yes, that's my other card. The one I double up on. So it apparently is going to protect me from rabies and wild beasts. So I'm safe in the wild now. Because I'm such an outdoors person. Alright. So yeah. Absolutely beautiful. Wow. Oh, the Hermits. It's Ten of Cups. God, Moss of the Universe. God, the end of the universe is death. Okay. Alright, so that's it. And as you can see, it is quite chunky. Like, it is quite a chunk of a deck. Like, it's, yeah, quite large. Now, so as I said, I mean, I love the images. Love the images. Love the cardstock. It feels amazing. And I think the range of angels is great. And I think this is a great launch pad for study. The book is really cool. But it really doesn't, I mean, I don't think it's as much as it could be. I think it doesn't really give as much information about the angels as I would have liked. And you definitely need to research further if that's your purpose in getting the deck. Also, if you're looking at getting this as a tarot deck, definitely not for beginners because you're needing to bring in a lot of your own knowledge. And it's definitely not particularly intuitive. So I would be reading this picturing the Rider-Waite-Smith version of the card in my mind. However, if you were going to be looking at using it for invocation or as an oracle deck, then I think that's highly recommended. And I think this would be useful for anyone. Now, every single angel does have references to the Bible, and now I'm not religious, but it doesn't bother me because I actually think it's quite interesting to see those links, and I actually like studying world religions. And as I said, I mainly bought it because I'm really interested in the angels of the Kabbalah. But just be aware of that. If you are someone who doesn't want to see Bible verses in your tarot decks, then you won't love the book. So just something to be aware of. But yes, overall, highly recommended. I'm super excited about this. I'm so glad I have it, finally received it, and definitely can't wait to use it. So thank you for watching. Take care.